Hi, I'm Andreas, and now I will show you what's on a user profile. A user profile is kind of the backbone of Kople. So whenever we click on a user, we can see their profile. And the profile has different parts, information view, communication view, and match view. But right now I'll just show you the information view. That's kind of where we gather just all the data and present it to you in a nice way. In another video, I already spoke a little bit about the task. The task just tells you where in the flow the user is. So if there is a task, it will look kind of like this. And sometimes the user will just be waiting for something like on this user, they're waiting for a match. The next thing I want to show you is the personal info field. This is just a free text field. You can fill in whatever you want, do dots, hey, dummy data. You can do bold, you can do italics, you can do different stuff. You can just write anything you want in free text pretty much. Then the next field we have is the tags field. I like to call this a quantitative version of the personal information field. So that means that, let's say you write something very often in the personal information field. It might be that some of the users you speak to are a little bit tricky to work with. And you could write that here, but you would rather have it in a more standardized way. So we just write tricky user and save it. And now whenever we click on the tags, the word tricky will be suggested, written in exactly the same way, so that we can easily kind of give other users exactly the same tag. And later on in the task list, not in the task list, in the user list, we can filter for this tag. I can just show you that very quickly here. So there we are, just on all users, we click here, add filter, tags is tricky, and then we see the user that we were just working on. Then we have the documents. This is basically just where you can upload any document. Not a lot to say about that. It can be PDF, Word, picture, of course. So it could be that people send you pictures of how they're doing. It could be that you need some kind of documentation about who they are. You can all upload it here, and anything that's sent directly to the system from this user will also be found here. The surveys is obviously for surveys. There's a different part of the system where you create the surveys, but here is where you can see them and fill them out if you want to. There are different ways of gathering survey data in the system. You can send them, like send surveys automatically to users via the flow. You can also generate a survey link. So you've already generated some surveys and then you add the survey to this user. And now you can choose to copy the link and send it to them manually, or you can even fill out the survey on their behalf. And then later on, you'll be able to view their responses if there are any, or delete the survey. Then lastly, we can make this a little bit bigger. Like by clicking down here, you can minimize the task list. Lastly, we have the basic information. The basic information is pretty much whatever you gathered in the sign-up form. So also relatively standard stuff. And then we also have the groups info here. And you can just kind of read that in this view. And you can also edit it by clicking here. You can add groups. Those are predefined. We can talk more about those in another video. And change any data you might want, like board games and football. And then click save. And now it's updated. So that's pretty much it for the basic information view. Thank you for watching.